From London, New York, and around the world, this is Global View. In the next hour, the Russo-Japanese War, author Timothy Garton Ash on New World Politics, and will Russia's future repeat its history? With your host, Alberto Cole.
In the past century, Russia has experienced enormous political change, from the imperial house of Romanov to Soviet communism, and now a shift to democracy. Before we begin our discussion, let's look at a mini-doc on Russia's turbulent past.
Vladimir Putin, President of Russia, a former KGB administrator and head of the powerful Security Council, has recently seized even more control, supposedly a response to the recent terrorist massacre of grade school children in Beslan. His critics call it a raw power grab. Of course, the history of Russia is filled with authoritarian leaders. Ivan the Terrible, Peter the Great, and other czars ruled for centuries, until Lenin and the Bolsheviks took over in the bloody revolution of 1917. Lenin ruled through sheer terror, and Stalin was worse, even responsible for engineering a famine that killed tens of millions. Nikita Khrushchev was America's nemesis during the Cold War, but a man far less brutal than his predecessors. He even acknowledged the many crimes of Stalin. In 1964, Khrushchev was indicted for his own crimes, among them erratic leadership, and then conveniently retired. Leonid Brezhnev's long reign in the 60s and 70s was a disaster, marked by economic stagnation and the costly invasion of Afghanistan. By the time Brezhnev died in 1982, the nation was in an irreversible state of decline. The Soviet world was transformed in 1985 when Mikhail Gorbachev took over as Communist Party secretary. He was relatively youthful, able to charm Westerners while promising his own people a new era of openness or glasnost. But Gorbachev was a threat to hardliners who staged an attempted coup in 1991. The coup failed, but so did the entire Soviet system. In December 1991, after nearly 75 years of communism, the Soviet Union ceased to exist. Its various states became independent nations, with Russia being the most powerful. But the trend toward strong leaders endured. Russia was dominated by Boris Yeltsin, who resigned at the end of 1999. Putin became acting president, then was elected by the Russian people. Now Putin is in his fifth year, a powerful force in a nation still struggling to find its way. He is praised for policies that have led to economic growth, criticized for amassing power. So what are Vladimir Putin's plans for Russia, and why does Russia need a strong central leader to control the government and its people?
Joining me are two authorities on Russian history and policy. Nina Khrushcheva is a senior fellow with the World Policy Institute, and Professor Padma Desai teaches at Columbia University. Welcome.